Hello there. Welcome back to the Outer Wilds. It's been a few weeks since our last expedition. We have been off in the world of Alan Wake in the Federal Bureau of Control again. But we have returned. I need to remember the controls and how to fly, say, a spaceship very quickly, as well as a lot of quantum knowledge that I've likely forgotten. But we'll get back there. So I want to head right to the ship and let's check out our ship log. See if there's anything perhaps nearby we still need to check out. I'm at that point in the game where I need to start digging a little deeper. I've skimmed off the surface of a lot of things. We've seen a lot of cool locations. But now I need to really start figuring things out. And thus, as soon as it's become the tiniest bit difficult, I've retreated, of course. But we're back. So, Northern Glacier. I don't know what that's trying to imply exactly. Is the Northern Glacier an item that exists on the Quantum Moon? Because I would not think that, say, Ember or Ash Twin would have an icy Northern Glacier, but let's see. I could have just clicked into it and answered my question. North Pole of Brittle Hollow is covered in snow and ice, a uniquely shaped Nomai ruin. You're able to warp here from the White Hole Station. So that must just be where we show up when we come back after we go through the black hole, into the white hole, and then into White Hole Station to return. So that must just be where we end up on Brittle Hollow, but then I don't know why it's not, say, checked off. Maybe it is. I'm not entirely sure how to read this still. I would figure that if it has a green check mark, it would be done, but that might not be the case. Yeah, I guess it's not. It's just a connecting point between those two. So I need to stop thinking that there's some sort of a color scheme in play here. Those are just groupings and do not have anything to do with the progress. We've been here before. So the vessel, this is something we keep hearing a lot about. It needs a replacement warp core. It crashed in the Dark Bramble, which we still have not been to. I need to steel my courage and get out there into the Dark Bramble. The Anglerfish fossil. How to evade Anglerfish, theoretically, by studying the fossil they found on Ember Twin. So on Ember Twin, I need to figure out something about the anglerfish that I believe are in the Dark Bramble. Seems to be the implication. The Sun Station, I know we've seen this winging by. It's like faster than any other object. I'm not sure how you would ever land on it, which makes me think that there must be another way in, like one of those black hole jumps to get into the Sun Station, but I have seen no such thing. We're still trying to get into the high energy lab. A building with large solar panels can only be accessed by a path from the Sunless City. Sunless City. There is more to explore here. Well, sure. I debated building a sun station in order to power the Ash Twin project. Several Nomai opposed this, arguing that the failure could result in the destruction of the solar system. So Sunless City is on Ember Twin, I assume? That might be where we need to just head back to. There's also more in the Hanging City. That's strange, considering how often we've been in the Hanging City. But absolutely, there is more to explore there as well. Possibly something related to the vessel. We'll have to see. So it seems like anything that has this yellow or orange marker on it is like a, you should go back there. Anything that's green means you have new unread items, but you've basically fully explored it. Might be the idea. So sorry for the delay here in space travel. I've been needing to dig into this to understand it a little better. Lunar Lookout. Okay, I guess we need to actually find all their music. I know we've been there and we found a couple of them, but I didn't know it was like a quest objective that might unlock. That's nearby and rather simple. Let's try to go get that. Let's see if I can find the Addle Rock here. In fact, depending on my piloting skills, I might smash right into the Addle Rock here. I love the fact that they have that satellite. It's actually a real thing. That's so cool to me. There's the Addle Rock. Alright. So here's his little thing, which makes this the North Pole. And let's just try to find all of the signal scope music items here. Alright, I am wearing a suit. So this should be the Lunar Lookout, I believe. And I believe we already read this. Oh, but maybe not. It just updated my ship log. So that might be what it was missing, was the log entry rather than the actual signal scope items. But just to refresh my memory, we have Gabbro out on Giant's Deep. He's the guy who's also synced to a statue, so he is remembering all the time loops, like I am. Chert is on Ember Twin, playing his bongos. We have, of course, a bit of harmonica coming from Timberhearth, though we know it's not from Timberhearth. It seems to be from the Dark Bramble, then being passed through a Dark Bramble seed. Rybeck at the center of Brittle Hollow, playing his banjo. Saved our butts more times than I can count with his little tractor beam. And then we've got the actual harmonica out at Dark Bramble. I need to get out there, because it's still unknown. Most everyone else we have like Rybeck or Gabbro, but we don't know about Feldspar, technically. Who else do we have? There's, of course, the whistling guy here on the Addle Rock. I guess I need to get close to him. That's funny. Let's go do that. I need to get emotionally close to him. There we go. Now we've got Esker's signal identified. Let's go ahead and talk to him, too. It's been a while. Was that you whistling? Probably. Or actually, definitely. The other travelers all carry instruments, so they don't bother whistling. You can pick up their music with a signal scope, you know. Best spot for that is the North Pole. Great reception. The North Pole is marked in red on your minimap. Thank you, Esker. But the Addle Rock is a pretty small moon, really. Just go north. You can't miss it. Okay, dear Esker. I love his spot here. The fact that there's no atmosphere makes him... You can just see directly out into the stars. It feels like this is the little moon from the loading screen, which is always so peaceful and soothing. So I like it here a lot. So let me check my ship log and see if that's the only thing, that other log entry was the only thing left on this moon. I'm assuming so. Alright, and that's connected to something else now. Dark Bramble seed, good. Feldspar. Okay, so we know that Feldspar is probably in the Dark Bramble. But we don't really know much about it or how to navigate it yet. Ah, lovely, they have a picture of the coordinates here. I took a picture of that with my cell phone while we were in there, just in case. But lovely to know I can reference it anytime without having to leave the game. Okay, so definitely need to go to Dark Bramble for Feldspar. That's a big missing piece. We also probably need to get to Ember Twin, perhaps beforehand, if the Dark Bramble is covered in Anglerfish. But we could also just take our chances and see. We have a lot to learn about all that still. And what's this over here? Ah, this was the interloper we went to investigate. This shuttle is landed on the interloper and is brought back by the Ember Twin quantum cannon, I think. Or gravity cannon, rather, not quantum cannon. Okay. I think we learned everything we need to about that and the regrettable, tragic fate of the Nomai. So, if we have any time left this session, I'm hoping it was paused while we were in the log there, but whatever time we have left in this session, let's see if we can go get a peek at Dark Bramble. I think it's time. I am almost certainly going to fly into the sun on autopilot here, so this will be exciting. Hello all, nice to see you in the chat there. Good morning, good morning. Ahoy! So nice to see you all. I hope the week has been treating you relatively well. As well as any modern... As well as any modern week can treat you. Okay, so this appears to have been a planet at one point. It is now a Dark Bramble seed only, whatever that is. Is there anything on the surface of the planet I need to look at, or is the idea to go directly into the weird... hazelnut? I'm not seeing anything. Structures or caves on the surface. So I'm guessing there's nothing out here. But I'm probably supposed to pick a lighted area and venture forth. Anywhere in the hazelnut that's light. Just checking all these little islands here. Alright, not seeing anything. I will enter the hazelnut from the bottom. Actually, let me... Before I do that... Huh. That didn't get inside the hazelnut. Okay. Let's try that again. There we go. Now it's doing something. So yeah, there's definitely some sort of space inside of there. But it appears to... Oh, there we go. Oh, there's one of those anglerfish. Okay, so at least I know that my scout is in there. It has landed in some physical space. And I can potentially follow it? Okay, we have white lights and we have red lights. I'm assuming red lights are bad, but it looked like it was a white light on the anglerfish in the photo. So our red light's good. And I want to go for the red light. I've been eaten by a grue. Okay. Anglerfish are aggressive. Good to know. It didn't seem like he saw me. It seemed like he heard me when I activated my booster there. So maybe the idea is to be very, very quiet. Though it could also be, you know how the door locks? It's a orb that lights up and you need to look at it. It's like an Enderman, basically. You need to have your crosshair on it to move it. It might be the inverse of that I cannot look at an anglerfish. But I'm running with the sound thing first, because that was very tied to my thumb movement there. This is probably something I could learn on Ember Twin if I found that anglerfish fossil. But I'm getting over curious. That's a bad autopilot. All right. Let's do some repairs. It's that part of the episode where I repair. That's a naughty autopilot. Okay, was there another subsystem? No? Okay. Alright, let's get away from good old Timber Hearth. Gosh, I missed the surface of Timber Hearth. Let's go screaming back. Say hi to Brittle Hollow as we wing past. Alright, so this time I'm gonna try to get myself nice and speedy into the hazelnut, and then not be speedy afterwards. Maybe small adjustments, we'll see if I can get away with like a tick or so, but it seems like that was a bad thing. I do, however, want like some momentum going into it, as opposed to last time, because I just wasn't moving at all. So let's try this here. Alright, so I'm going to try not to use thrusters. Let's see where it gets us purely by momentum here. There is a fish. Good, good. I seem to be heading right for him by momentum. But it does appear that I can look at him just fine. Let me check even his little ball, which I'm worried about. Yes, it is not a visual thing. You can definitely look at them, but I'm assuming he will hear me if I make any thruster motion. And or bounce off of his tooth. Hey, buddy. That's a good anglerfish. Alright, so the momentum idea doesn't seem to be panning out. I'm now just stuck within the maw of a fish, really. Aha, there's another smaller seed. Now that is interesting. Does this have a Matryoshka doll situation, a nesting doll going on? I'm going to try the tiniest bit of thrust towards the hazelnut. Just a little, Oh, that sounded like he was angry. Come on, just a tick. Just a little. We're getting there. Alright, and do I want to do this again? Oh, that really angered him? Okay, going through. So don't fire a scout. That's loud. Not sure where it landed. It landed on something that has tendrils connecting to a center hub. It may be another level of hazelnut. Let's get down there. Not seeing any fish in this one, but maybe they're just hiding. Oh, there he is. Okay. Darn. He heard me. So we're on to something there. However, I have now wasted 2 loops in the belly of a fish. I'm assuming as soon as I get in there, in the fish, that I just meditate to the next loop. I'm assuming that's how it works. I don't actually do the whole 1,000 years of Sarlacc pit. All right. So it seems like it starts the cycle over here, usually. Finally catching on. So there doesn't really seem to be anything... I don't know what the word for it would be. These are like multiple little pocket universes. They're not necessarily quantum states, so the purpose of firing a scout launcher in them would be if you like jump into a new pocket universe, you could tell. But there must be another mechanic I need to use, like I'm missing something. See if I can search around in here with the signal scope if there's any, like, quantum signals or weirdness. Because if I could find Feldspar's harmonica, we'd be on to something. Which I guess would just be Outer Wilds. Okay, so it's like directly on that anglerfish, I'm guessing? But it's like as soon as I touch it even a tiny bit, like that was the smallest little thruster motion I can make with a controller. It's tied to the thumbstick. And my controller's not necessarily unbroken. from years of use. So I'm not sure how to technically pull this off, to only get one tick of thrust is tricky. And I don't even know if that's truly the trick. The ticking trick. I'm gonna try something crazy this time, just to be weird. I'm gonna land at the seed on Timber Hearth. Let's see if this helps at all. So it could just be I need to go to Ember Twin first. I need to find my way past those stalagmites to the Anglerfish fossil and learn something that will help me here. And until I do that, I may be stuck in the same loop of ignorance. But the good news is, being stuck in a loop of ignorance means you're stuck in a loop of discovery. And small elations. It doesn't seem like it has any purpose at all to use momentum going into it. It kind of changes your momentum once you're in this new, smaller dimension. And I also don't know if it's worth following my scout in actuality. Is that a genuine signal? It seems like the error duplicate signal disappeared when I came in here. Yeah, there's no way I could actually do that with this thumbstick. It's, I guess, too sticky or too broken. Even the exact same tiny motion to get a tick one time creates a full blast the next. So I may need to figure something out here. Whether that is purchasing a new controller, I'm not sure. It could just be that I'm not thinking it through. That being the case, I'll stop wasting your time. Let's try to go to Ember Twin and find our way into the fossil. I don't know if it's a quantum thing or a time thing or what that I need to get back there with. But I first need to remember 3 weeks ago when we last went to Ember Twin. Ah, thank you, Kyle. It is an ignorance issue. This is all I need to know. Thank you very much. Alright, let's see here. We gave it a couple of solid fish foods. Now let's think it through. Alright, that's gonna be enough from you, autopilot. That's gonna be plenty from you. Okay, let's see here. I think I can get down there pretty easily from the escape pod that leads down to their entrance to the Sunless City. So let me just throw this down here. Make sure I'm wearing a suit. There we go. So I think it was down here somewhere, but it's been a very long time. Nothing but rocks, and then do not follow this tunnel. We'll examine the horror at the end of it. So this, I believe, is where the anglerfish fossil is. But I have to get behind here somehow. Oh, thank you very much for the subscription. That's very kind of you. And welcome aboard. Okay, so the only idea I have of how to get back there is I know somewhere on this planet in this cave system is that piece of quantum rock that when you close your eyes it takes you to a new location. I'm not sure if this is all dark enough back there for that to be one of the spots it could take me. That's my only guess. But I don't remember how to actually get down to the quantum rock either. So that's probably the way to the Sunless City, I think. Breathable air, yeah, that leads back out to the canyon. So this is where I, first came in. So that leads to the city, that leads to the anglerfish, and then it says these are just rocks. Which is my only other option besides that quantum rock is do these change in some way? Is this the way back there? Straight off, and I just need to figure it out. I am not sure. So let's try this way. In my ignorance, we'll try this way. It is so nice to be back in here. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I've played this. We've been off on other adventures, and I am quite rusty now. But it is lovely to be back in this world. Figuring out little secrets. Ah, that's the problem. It's I'll just jump over it, but the sand, of course, prevents that. You need to wait, I would assume, for the sand to reach a level at which you can walk over without puncturing yourself. So that might be an option, though I can't recall if we already went down that way. But we'll need to wait a little longer for it. Is it worth waiting now? I wish I remembered if we'd already been here. Sand is slow to rise until just when you don't need it to. And then it's quick to rise. Okay, walk forward, turn left, upward through the opening. Forward, left, up. Oh, 3 minutes of oxygen remaining? Yeah. Should have been looking at that a little more carefully. We've been here before. So yeah, it's like there's all these little side passages that are on a timer, it looks like. Any one of those could also lead to that anglerfish fossil, technically. Or potentially. So I can't recall if the quantum rock is down in the Sunless City at all. But here we go. Punctured. Right in the prime of life. I brought my duct tape. Alright. Back to the Sunless City. Or the shelter. Within Ember Twin. Okay. So yes, we've read this before. There is another entrance to the cave. But we never did find it. Alright, I really need to go find these trees in the settlement before I leave you all breathless, yes? Alright, oxygen. Lovely. Anglerfish Overlook, Stepping Stone, High Energy, Eye Shrine. I know we were down here before, but we must not have had much time. This isn't really ringing a bell, so it's like we must have just barely peeked in here, but not really gotten to look at these yet. So you can turn on... Oh, not what I wanted. Okay. Didn't want to jump off there. You can turn on all the lights. It's interesting that it also lets you turn them off again. And I wonder if there's something at the very bottom of this before, like at the... If you get here immediately upon the start of the cycle. I wonder what's down there. Give me 1 second. Alright, so sorry. Let me get a sip of water here as well. 1 moment. No rest for the horse. No rest, even? I can't finish my words. Alright. So, what else can we learn here before the world ends? Stepping stone. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe I can find some more information. Where are you, information? We're meeting in the fossil fish cave to play the game. If you're too big to climb through the Anglerfish overlook hole, you'll have to go the long way, but it isn't far. Go to the Stepping Stone Cave, up and into fossil fish. Got it. Stepping stone is what we need. Tried to get to the fossil fish through the Stepping Stone Cave, but I couldn't find the entrance. Where is it? Remember to feed the fossil fish first. If you go to the Anglerfish overlook and throw a light into his mouth, he'll show you the way. Okay. Target can't fit through the Anglerfish overlook hole anymore because he grew. He's taller than Levi now. Who cares? Ilix is still the tallest. Oh, stop arguing. You'll all be tall once we get you some platform shoes. Okay, broken door. No, come back. Are we playing the fossil fish game tonight? I fed the fossil fish. This is Solanum. That's so cool that she came from here. I fed the fossil fish a new lantern. If you go to the Stepping Stone Cave, the entrance to the fossil fish cave is easy to see now. Gratitude, Solanum. It's good you're small enough to climb in through the hole at the Anglerfish overlook. I am still small enough, says Lami. You won't be for long. Mom and Dad are tall, so you and I will be tall too. Ah, kids. Kids with their scribblings. Alright, so let's try to jump through here. It's getting a little sandy. I'm probably too late in the cycle to really pull this off, but let's go check. I also don't have a lantern in the Anglerfish, which is an important part of this. So I have to get back up, way up there, I guess. So yeah, I am running out of time. But we now know where we need to go for sure. On the track of something new. Okay, so that's Anglerfish overlook up there. I should have continued rising. I wasn't sure. And maybe it's just up here. I have no idea. I thought we saw it on the way in, and I thought it was up here, but this doesn't look right. Let's check this again. So it's the right district. I just can't seem to find the right building. Maybe it was just up here? Is this where we saw it? Yes, perfect. Okay, and there is still a scout, but I gotta get it in his mouth at the very least. Okay. So I'm sure I'm going to run out of time here, but let me grab some oxygen. We'll try to get into Stepping Stone if it's not fully sealed. It might be fully sealed. Yep. Oh well. I know we read this one last time we were in here. I think this is the only thing we got to do. And it may have actually ended while we were reading it. So let me just take this from scratch, just in case. So, we built the sun station to power the Ash Twin project. Are there other ways to generate this level of power? I almost can't comprehend this is being suggested seriously. The purpose of the sun station goes against every standard we hold ourselves to and everything we believe in as a species. If we fail, and the probability of this is not insignificant, we will, without question, destroy ourselves, all life here, and the rest of this star system. I wish to protect these species. The potential annihilation of an entire star system is too severe a cost. We shouldn't build the sun station, no matter how badly we want the knowledge that comes with it. Fear of failure is a poor reason not to try. I believe if we're cautious, the sun station will work. I'm deeply honored. I can comprehend your position. However, if we aren't all but certain the sun station will not cause destruction once we've built it, then I won't support the station's use. Yeah. I understand this proposal is unsettling, but the sun station must be built. Theoretically, yes. Practically, no. I can't imagine discovering them in our lifetimes. Other ways to generate this level of power. Unsurprisingly, Idea, I disagree. We are pushing a possible new technology further than ever before. That, in my experience, is the defining characteristic of our species. So yes, we definitely read that, and as we were leaving from it, we noticed that the sand was rising. We tried to escape, and we did not successfully escape. And we were crushed to death in a small cave, which was rather fun and dramatic. So now I'm going to spend this session in here. I know we're still going to be crushed to death in a cave, but now we can meditate before it happens. And maybe there's another thing or two we can learn. Useless last-minute door opening. So there are a couple of upward paths. There's something over there. Maybe these both lead to the same place. Let's see where this is taking us. Seemingly nowhere of importance. Though I'm not sure how to get back there. Okay. Not a passage. Just some sand. Gravity cannon. This may be my only way out, or it may be my tomb. Oh, looks like my tomb. So there is, like, potentially something in there, but with the sand rising so quickly, I'm just going to head out here. Huh. Little hole to freedom. Okay. Nice, so you can actually get out. There's always an exit from the death chamber down there if you head to the gravity cannon. That's great. I'm probably about out of time. As is the universe. And, I believe we won't have time, regrettably, for another loop before I need to run off to me desk. So this may be the end of the universe for us, but we will be back to catch this early and head directly to, I hope, the Stepping Stone Cave there. We'll pop a lantern in the anglerfish's mouth. We'll go to Stepping Stone Cave to hopefully learn the secret of the anglerfish, a way to get past them. I will hopefully not need to purchase a new controller for this. Thank you, Kyle. And we'll go from there. At that point, maybe we can get deeper into the Dark Bramble and learn some things about feldspar and the harmonica. so cool to watch this planet get swallowed up by ash and the other planet decay by black hole gravity and another planet be frozen over, and this is such a cool experience. There's no other way to say it, really. Thank you for this cool experience. I still don't know what the purpose of this is. This Eye of the Universe symbol out here in the middle of nowhere on what seems like a very reflective panel. I don't know if there's just something down there and this is like a skylight or what. So at this point it's really just Ember and Ash and then Dark Bramble that are mysteries to me. I'm trying to think if there's any other location we just flat out haven't been to. Sun Station we have not been to. Wow, that looks intense. Ah, that's the white hole. I fail to take that into consideration as a unique location sometimes, because it's like it's half of the black hole. It's just one location, but yeah, it is its own unique location. There's the probe cannon. Slowly learning more about. It's so soothing about Ryback's banjo. Just the number of times by accident he's playing banjo in a moment of like, oh, thank goodness. Gives you this weird Pavlovian sort of response to his banjo. It's like, oh, thank goodness. Every time you hear him. It's just very soothing. So I'm just taking this one easy. I'm so sorry for the boring end to the universe here, but just enjoying the sights and the sounds, the smells of the universe. Gabbro? The sun is looking a little angry. Alright, it's starting. We're in the final minute. I don't know if we've actually read these. I probably have a ship's log here. I know about this. This is their, like, secondary location. But I'm not sure if we ever actually got the ship log here. They first tried to build on the moon an Eye of the Universe locator on the Atoll Rock, and then they built a bigger one here, and it still didn't work because the Eye of the Universe is still in every location at once. And then they built the probe cannon near Giant's Deep to account for that problem. Anyway, it's time. It sure has been a pleasure adventuring in space with you. Pardon my rust. Thank you for bearing with me. We'll get back into it here and figure out this cosmic mystery. See if we can't get a peek at a few celestial bodies. Won't that be nice? Until then, you stay safe out there. I love you. Gabbro loves you. And we'll see you next time. Smooches.